What's good, superstars? Back with another VeVe video. If you're new to the channel, I'm Superstar Joe. This is Superstar Rob. How's it going, Superstar Rob?
Pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad. So today we got a new one. It's for all your beginners. Maybe you got a friend in VeVe and they don't know what it's about. They want to know, or maybe there's somebody who's kind of cautious about getting into it and they're like, I don't even know what it's really about. This is the video you want to send them so they can learn all about what is VeVe. It's to help grow the community and kind of put out the message for VeVe. And a lot of things have changed from when VeVe first came out until current day. So
A lot has changed.
we're going to go through the original publications. We're going to go through the white paper. This video is going to have a lot of details. Maybe you've been on VeVe for a while and you didn't even know some of this stuff. So it might be good for you if you want to watch till the end. We're going to have a bunch of fun here and explain all about VeVe as far as we know it and as far as what it was supposed to be and what it is now.
Yeah,
right?
we want to make this a quick overview because I've had a lot of requests. I want to shout out Superstar Nunzio who specifically called me asking me for one of these so we can get started. So this is for anybody now trying to enter VeVe, and we're going to try to make it as concise as we can and quick so that it can get you on the right foot or the right path going off. So we'll get it going.
I think a lot of people have that exact story. Someone asks them, "What is it? What's this thing? Your head's in your phone all time at dinner. What is this about?" And you can just send them this link, and it will let them know. So let's get into it. Early on, this is December 22nd, 2020. VeVe puts out an article. It's called "Welcome to the Digital Collection" or "Welcome to the Digital Collectible Revolution." So this is their big coming out party, and basically they say that it's to collect limited edition 3D sculptures of your favorite heroes, characters, and icons in premium digital format right from your smartphone. So right off the bat, how to start your digital collection. You get your VeVe account in the app and you browse the store. So right now we know that the store, you can't buy anything from it unless it's on drop day. And that everything in the store sells out within a half a second.
Sells out so fast.
So there's a time when a drop happens. You go on the phone at that time, you hit the button, and if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you got to play the market. Okay. So back in the day when this first came out, there was stuff in the store that you were able to buy for market prices or for retail prices. Now, non-existent right now, not enough dilution, I guess, and everything is still selling out.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now. There are a lot of artists on the app, and even some of the superheroes are designed by legendary sculptors. So for example, there's Batman designed by Todd McFarlane. I'll pull it up on my phone right here. Here you go. If you don't know, if you're new to VeVe, this is the first video you're watching about it. This is the Todd McFarlane Batman number 100. This is the first ever Batman minted on the blockchain, and it is legendary. It's
the Todd father.
It's the Todd father. Everybody calls it the Todd. So if someone you're talking to about VeVe says, "Do you have a Todd?" You probably don't, because right now this thing's trading for $7,000, as you can see there. And there's just a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of details when you look in the description of all these items. And this one here, for example, list price was $79.99, and there's 7,500 editions. So 7,500 editions at $7,100 is the cheapest one, I think, right now. So it's just crazy. But anyway, I wanted to show you because you need to know who and what the Todd is in order to be a part of the VeVe fam. So now you know. All right. So we'll continue here.
There's lots more that came from too.
Lots more. There's so many inside jokes. You got to be on Twitter. You got to follow Superstar Money _ on Twitter because we're going to keep you involved. Make sure you know all the latest. But no matter your fandom, VeVe has you covered. And that is very true. There are a bunch of brands that work with that are working with VeVe. Initially, they had a bunch of other ones that still haven't come out yet. We'll get back into that. But these are the brands right now currently on the app. As you can see, there's Superman. They got Disney, Mickey Mouse, Spider-Man, just crazy. James Bond, all kinds. All right, guys. Marvel. So this is not a joke app. This is some big IP. Givenchy. Someone taught me how to say that recently. Yeah, there you go. There's the big one. The Disney, Deadpool's there. DC. It's just Coca-Cola. Like, it doesn't stop, guys. It doesn't stop. I can keep scrolling, but I'm just giving you an example, okay? There are so many IP that are with this app, and this is why it's a big deal. This is why your friends are obsessed and trying to get everything they can right now, because it's still as of posting this video, very early to be in VeVe. I mean, I think we're at
Absolutely.
2 million active users right now.
At least
And
2.1. And it was only a million like a month ago, so they're flying.
it's growing. It's growing. And projections are saying it's still very early. So as you can see here, they also have other ones that haven't come to the app. NFL. I saw another
Sports is
one.
a big one.
Jurassic Park, Fast and the Furious. Haven't seen that yet, but so much more. So like we're just at the breaking point right now.
Yeah.
We're just getting started. So it's still a good time if you were questioning to get into the app. Even if you get in, you look around, you don't buy anything. Just start to get familiar because this might be the future. Like if this is the future, at least you'll have your foot in the door and you'll understand what's happening, and then you can make that decision once it does become the future. There's also virtual showrooms. I will get example of this later on. It just takes a little bit to load. So while Rob is going through some other information, I'll be pulling that up on my phone and I can show you guys at the end of the video. But this is really cool. This is where you can put your collectibles in a room. And a lot of people on Twitter, on Instagram, they like to make little scenes, or maybe we can even pull up the Instagram at the end to show some of the pictures. But or maybe you can grab it right now. But anyway, people put they arrange the collectibles in such a way that it's almost like memeified, and then you can make little action scenes or funny things that happen. I'll show Rob has it up now.
Pull it up.
So here you go. Here's some examples, and this is even to do with the AR. There's AR features where you can bring the collectibles up in real life. So it's just another added dimension where you can flex. There's Rob with Mickey Mouse just driving the boat there. It's just funny. You got Penguin at the gas station, just telling you guys, don't even think about it. This is my pump. You got Batgirl there cooking some eggs and bacon. So it's actually endless what you can do here. It's fantastic, and this is just part of the reason why your family and friends are obsessed with VeVe, and maybe why you should take a closer look at it. So yeah, we talked about the AR features. You saw some of them there. Buy and sell with other VeVe collectors. So there's a market now, which this is where most of the action happens nowadays. It's in the market. People will win or lose drops. And if you win the drop and you don't want to keep the collectible, you throw it up in the market and you try and sell it at whatever price you want. There's a bunch of different things in the market. You can put listings up. You can search for collectibles, comics.
Auctions.
There's auctions where you can have bids going. It's just amazing how many things you can do here. And yeah, there's so many things and it's so fun. It's just a fun experience. So,
it's quite addictive actually. Once you start collecting, you always want to collect more. And sometimes you want to complete the complete set. They come in sets where maybe there's 3 or 4 different collectibles as part of one set. And if you own them all, then you can say that you now own a full set. It's part of the character of collecting to own full sets, and they made sure they want to do that. I wanted to also add, they advertise themselves as the first mobile NFT provider, which it just brings ease of access to everybody to be able to get in there just from your phone to start doing NFT collecting. And I know it's intimidating for a lot of people. It's kind of a new space to go online. There's other website providers, but this is just from the comfort of your own phone. And as well, they are coming out with I believe a desktop app to make it even easier and give people options between both the mobile and the desktop. That's coming in the future. So that I think that was a really good overview you got there. Do you want to add anything else? Do you want to switch over?
I just to add on to what you just said there, it's very easy to access this app. You can pay with a credit card to get gems, which is the currency. Rob's going to go into the details, but it's not, you don't need to do a KYC. You don't need to have Ethereum. You don't need to have Bitcoin. You don't need to have any cryptocurrency. You can go directly from cash into the app, and that's a big selling feature. The only other thing left to talk about on this initial article here is they talk about drop days, and I kind of mentioned it earlier. Basically, when an IP comes out and they want to release an item, they'll have the store. So I'll go to the store now, the store tab on the bottom here, and so dropping soon, for example, we have the Ghost Rider Marvel Spotlight issue number 5. So it's a comic drop coming up on Monday. It says the date there, the 28th of February, 11 a.m. You click into there, and as you can see, there's a timer. It counts down, and once that countdown hits 0, you try to hit the buy now button, and literally within a millisecond, it sells out.
But you can still win them. It's possible.
And there's other tricks.
About that a little bit more
there's
later
tips
on.
And tricks.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys watch all of our beginner videos. We have another one out there called Rebounds. That's another level. Once we'll guide you. Just stay to this video. After this video, we'll let you know what's coming next, and we'll keep it going there. But this is just a general overview. We want to make sure that we are guiding you guys in the right direction and just giving you all the details that maybe you want to know but didn't want to ask or couldn't find on the internet, because we did some research and we realized there wasn't much out there explaining what VeVe is other than stuff directly from VeVe. So we want to come on that level, answer some questions in the comments if you guys have any. We're very, very good at responding to comments. Rob is answering comments all the time down there. I'll get in there when he's not, and it's just we want to make sure that everybody is comfortable and happy, and we love to have the dialogue. So I'm going to pull it over to Rob's screen now, where he's going to talk a little bit about the white paper. So we're getting into the nitty gritty here. This is the research, so we're doing it for you, so you don't have to. And Rob, take it away.
Yeah, so we'll post the link to the Ecomi white paper in the description. So Ecomi is the company that created VeVe. They're a relatively brand new company. I believe they're based out of New Zealand. And this white paper goes through. This was a very right from the beginning. I think 2018. It says there November 15, 2018. But it walks you through what this company wants to be, because we're still very, very early. The app has come a long way, but it still has a long way to go. So the whole goal of this was to create these premium licensed digital collectibles and make it easy for your peer-to-peer transactions. So I'm not going to go through the entire white paper, because it's going to be, if we did do that, it would have to be its own video. But I did go through it, and I just wanted to highlight some of, I think, the main details that are important for someone who's just starting with this app. And I think one of the first one is that you have to understand how blockchain is going to be linked to this app. So every transaction that's happening on the VeVe app is backed by the blockchain. And the blockchain is essentially nothing more than just a ledger. Okay. It's like, imagine you had a piece of paper and you're an Excel sheet and you're just recording every single transaction that happens. It's a way to ensure that every user has their name linked to a certain numbered collectible on the app. And it's for the entire community to see, so that there's no dispute on whether or not that person actually owns it or not. And you've probably heard this term before. I mean, if you haven't, it's called in the form of an NFT, right? Non-fungible token. So, and it says right here, the NFT standard allows for verifiable digital scarcity with a proven authenticity and an immutable proof of ownership. So that there's a massive benefit to having it in an NFT format, because it's that proof of ownership. And they've been talking about using these ledgers for all sorts of different applications worldwide, like property, like literally imagine your house, and everybody house, if you own a house, imagine that being on a blockchain ledger, because of the high security that comes with that. And on top of that, it's that transparency for the entire community to see and access easily. So that's what's happening right now with these digital collectibles, is that they're being recorded on these blockchains, and then everybody can see the whole history of when they were sold and who they were owned by. But for that to happen, like with all blockchains, it needs to be backed by some kind of cryptocurrency. In this case, it's called OMI tokens. You can see it right here, right? It says, in order to facilitate the purchase and trade of digital collectibles, it says Ecomi Collect, but you could just, that's basically VeVe, utilizes the OMI token. So the OMI token is what backs this app and helps make that ledger consistently being updated. And then you have obviously the whole thing with cryptocurrencies. You have miners in the background and all that. And that's super detailed, but at least for the purposes of being a VeVe user, you should understand that OMI is the token that backs it. And eventually, OMI is going to be used as part of the environment in the VeVe app. As of today, in today's video, they are working on converting it so you can use the OMI to help purchase things like digital goods or other functionality within the app. It doesn't exist yet, but it's going to come, and you will have to become familiar with OMI. So just continuing down the white pages, there's the scarcity, right? So limited number of series. Every collectible that comes out has, let's say, 10,000 mints, they call it, or 40,000 mints, or sometimes we had one today that was just 7 mints. So there's a limited number of digital collectibles, just like the physical world, where you would be able to own one of that limited number, and that creates value because not everybody can get one. And then again, related to the blockchain, it's counterfeit protection. That's the whole reason why they want to use blockchains for these purposes.
Oh,
And then there's also, yep, go ahead.
sorry, going back to the scarcity one,
Yep,
there's different types of scarcity or versions of collectibles as well. So there's another layer where I think you highlighted it there.
yep,
There's commons, there's uncommons, there's rares, there's um, ultra rares, and there's secret rares. So there could be one Spider-Man that has 5 variants, and the secret rare is the least amount of mints, the common's the most amount of mints, but they all have different poses or different features. Usually, Marvel nowadays is making the ultra rare and the secret rare animated. The ultra rare might be a little bit of a shorter animation than the secret rare, and that's what sets it apart. So I just wanted to touch on that before we moved on, because when people get into the app, they might see all these different variations and not understand what it's about. So there
yep.
are different variations of different collectibles, but not all of them. Some of them only have one variant, like Superman. Only one Superman, one variant.
I'm glad you brought that up for sure,
Yeah.
because when you start using this app, you're going to see that within the same collectible, there's some that are common. It says here about 62%,
Yeah.
where those ones there's going to be more of them that exist. They're a little bit cheaper to buy compared to the ones that, even though they both might be Black Panther, one Black Panther, there's only let's say 1,000 mints versus the common, which is 10,000 mints. So that helps you decide on what you want to purchase.
I could pull it up quickly just to show an example. Here's
Great,
the
yeah, great idea.
Spider-Man. That you got the common Spider-Man. So the FA Spider-Man, that's another thing. The first appearance, there's first appearance, first edition. We're going to do an entire video on that. But the first appearance Spider-Man are these 5 here. Don't worry about Spider-Man 2099. Completely different collectible. I just in the Spider-Man tab. The search feature right now, kind of in beta mode. Not really functional because there's so much going on. But secret rare here, you can see common, rare, uncommon, and ultra rare. So you might say, okay, the ultra rare and the uncommon look the same, but if you look closely at the top right of the ultra rare, it says animated, and there are less mints of that. So that's one of the things that helps distinguish collectibles from one another. It might look the same, but do different things. We still know that that's endless with future drops. So I'll let you get back to it.
Yeah, but that goes right into the peer-to-peer transfer. So you can take
Yeah.
these collectibles, you can actually give them to somebody if you wanted to. You can just send it to them. Let's say you're a father who purchased it for your son, and you can just transfer it right to his account. Or you can trade it in the secondary market for whatever price you want to sell it for, as long as you can find that buyer. So you can go to the secondary market and see a lot of the prices for these collectibles, and you can purchase them. Um, or you can sell them, and there's actually a transaction fee to sell them, depending if it's Marvel, Disney's 8.5% fee, and then versus, let's say, everything else on the app is a 2.5% fee. So
Yeah.
that's part of the peer-to-peer transfer of the blockchain. Okay, moving on to augmented reality. We talked about it. We'll show you something at the end of the video, but you do have the ability to project your NFT collectible right into your actual room, and you can scale the size of it. You can turn it around like we showed you on the Instagram, and you can have a little bit of fun with it that way. It becomes very, very creative in terms of the things that you can make. The showroom we're going to show you at the end of the video. I think Joe's going to get it pulled up, so
Yeah.
it'll be really cool to see that. Moving on, virtual goods don't exist in the app yet. This is part of the roadmap of the completion of the app. Something that when you do download the app, you're not going to see that right now. One day it will be there. They've defined it in the white pages as virtual goods are any digital asset that is not a digital collectible. For example, a hat, tree, prop, animation sequence, background image, etc. Part of their plan to have Omi involved in this to help buy these virtual goods. Maybe it could be also purchased with your what's called a gem, right? A gem is the currency within the app that you convert your fiat. When you go into the app, you're going to convert your fiat through credit card or whatever other purposes
One for
to
one.
one for one. One
Yeah.
USD is one gem. And then you use these gems to make purchases in the app. And then one day there's also going to be OMI that could be used to buy things like virtual goods. So that's just something to be aware of in terms of the future. Gamification is part of the roadmap as well. This is a really big deal. Doesn't exist in the app yet. It's going to come one day. A lot of people are speculating on collectibles right now in the app, thinking, like the Marvel Mighties, that one day they will be gamified and they could be used to play games. Really interesting what they say here. So it says Ecomi Collect in-app gaming allows users to interact and play with the digital collectibles they own, creating a further level of engagement. And then jumping on, a user play through the Ecomi game experiences. They can earn OMI tokens, experience points, which are part of the Master Collector program. We'll have another video on that. And find ranges of common to secret rare digital collectibles and virtual goods. This is something that doesn't exist. We're waiting for it to see how it's actually going to be implemented. But I thought that was super interesting that you can play these games to potentially get benefits in the app, like some of these things, like Master Collector Program, which as of now you probably don't know a lot about it, but as you continue your research, you're going to see exactly what these do, and that would be a lot of fun to play games with your digital collectibles. Come on, like NFTs right now on the internet are just JPEG images, and some of them sell for like $1 million. Imagine these NFTs, Disney official NFT that you can actually play a game with on your tabletop through your phone. It's going to be fantastic. So social wall is basically the feed. When you go on the app, there's a feed button. I don't know if you want to pull it up or not.
Yeah, I'll
but
pull it up quickly. Let's let it load.
Sure. So the feed is, they say it's the community to connect and interact with other users. You can post images of your collectibles that you own. You can share your showroom.
There you go.
Yep, you can send a message to the entire community and scroll through it and look at other people's things.
Here's an example of someone putting their Black Panther and Spider-Man inside a James Bond car. So that's a way that people flex. They do these interactive poses. It's fun. It's a fun time. People ask you to follow them because following will be important when it comes to MCP. It's just a bunch of stuff. It's almost like your Facebook feed, but like really, really beta.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting as well.
Yeah.
Some other things that I wanted to point out was the team. So there's always AMAs, Ask Me Anythings they're called, every month about, I'd say, not necessarily, but the founders of VeVe and Ecomi will come together in almost a community conference call, and they'll talk about what they've accomplished over the last period of time and what's coming, and sometimes they'll give you further details on what's coming within the app, and they also give the community a chance to ask them questions. So some of the key people you need to know are David Yu. He is the CEO and founder. Daniel, I believe it's Crothers. He's the COO, a co-founder, and then Alfred Kahn. He's especially an interesting person on the team because he was a person that was very involved in Pokemon. So that's why there's a lot of speculation that because Alfred Kahn.
He's a major licensing name in the space. You'll see there even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Cabbage Patch Kids, James Bond, like Donkey Kong. We already have James Bond, WWF, Polly Pocket. So he's really well connected, and that's another reason why a lot of people believe in this project. Alfred Kahn is one of the big reasons.
Yeah, so he pretty much is the man responsible for bringing Pokemon into the world. So there's a lot of speculation.
The West. He brought it to the States, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So he's a big player in Pokemon, and a lot of speculation is that because he's here, Pokemon will eventually come. So I think in terms of the Ecomi white paper, I read through it when I first started with VeVe. There's a lot of stuff in there. I recommend anyone else who wants more information to go through it and read it. We just wanted to give you the highlights for this beginner video to help give you that head start on getting into VeVe and giving yourself some education on what it is and where it wants to go. Yeah. So I don't know if you have the showroom ready, Joe.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. So here you go. Pretty cool. This is actually showroom version 2. So we've had another showroom before this, but you can enter into the vault. So it's pretty cool animation. You enter in there. You can add something in the showroom. So for example, I got a bunch of collectibles. Let me add my Joe Mad in there.
The Batman, yeah.
Move them around, make them bigger. And when you click off it, you can go up to him. You can walk around him. Take a look at how he looks. You can see outside. Superstar money colors out there.
Yeah, got that pink sky.
The other cool thing you can do is from here, once you've placed your collectible, you can hit the AR button, and it'll show you the screen in front, the floor in front of you. Oh, I don't know what just happened here, but I think I'm too close. Oh,
that's the vault. They got the vault.
That's the vault in AR. I don't know. There you go. Now the vault is inside my house.
Very cool. Very cool.
Go. Very, very cool. And yeah, it's just hectic. It's a different type of reality, and this is what everybody's talking about. When people are talking about the metaverse, it's going to be something like this. But I don't know. We're going to get there. This is just obviously bare bones. They're just getting it off the ground, but it's just something cool that you can do with it right now if you want to show your friends.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. But yeah,
That's it. So I don't know if you got that Superstar Money video, but if you're watching this video and you don't already subscribe, make sure you join the Superstar family, become a superstar, and hit that subscribe button. If
yeah.
it's your first time, let us know what you think about the video. Let us know what you think about joining VeVe. How did you hear about VeVe? Are you really interested in getting involved now? And what is your hope for the future? Why are you getting involved? Are you a collectible person? Do you love collecting? Or do you just want to get involved because you're interested more on the investing side of things? So let us know below what you think. Make sure you hit that sub button, smash the thumbs up, and we're going to see you on the next one. Take
Love
care.
you. Bye.
Bye.